Team building
And
starts
since
now,
it's on
fuckers.
Tina's tab, you can get as much as you want for nothing.
Yeah. Hey, Exposure. Team building starts now, fuckers.
Let's do it!
My stomach's still in knots about the whole going to hell thing. I'm gonna need a while to cope with that.
Fine.
Oh wait, you shared that with them?
No, I'm not sharing that with them. They just know that something seems... I seem to be a bit off. I'm a lot more tired and not eating that much.
Yeah,
Oh.
fine. I'll get you something non-alcoholic. Hey, Exposure.
Yep.
I go up to the bar and pretend to get them something non-alcoholic.
You get them some very nice quote-unquote juice. That's actually cider without some alcohol in there. This is the best tasting juice you've ever had
I'm
in
not
your
a fucking
life.
child. I think I would realise.
Yeah, you would.
She's got to sip at it, the most.
God, and you guys call me the narc.
Oh, it's coming full circle.
I'm basically just gonna kind of look at it, but I'm not actually gonna drink anything. The far-off look in my eye while I'm just contemplating what went wrong, what did I do, why is the gods forsaken me?
Horatius, you don't need to roll something strong with your sister. You've known her long enough to know that something's not right.
The changes there have been 3 changes. 1, I look a lot more tired. 2, I'm not eating as much. And 3, I'm praying basically whenever I have a free second. I'm praying like constantly. I usually, you know, I pray a lot, but this is just ridiculous. I just don't want to go
Since
to
not
hell.
much is happening right now, Tina pokes her head through the tavern door because she's apparently back. She goes in and grabs a beer. Oh, hey, cool. So, okay, still have atmosphere. Okay. She drinks the beer and steps out. Okay, see you then.
Hey, Exposure.
Yeah?
I grab her by the belt and put her back down into the chair.
Okay. I'm sitting here, I guess.
You're gonna teach us some party games.
Hold it.
Okay, she thanks you. And then she takes your hand for an arm wrestling challenge.
I'm just kind of interested to see how good she actually is at this.
Roll me strength. As the competition starts at first, you're very evenly matched. And she is not budging, you're not budging. It feels like the table's the one that's gonna budge first because the force being implied on it is no fucking joke. That wooden table, even though it's sturdy, it looks like it's about to have its swan song. However, after a good 30 or 40 seconds, you see that she's starting to budge a little bit and you manage to overpower her. She nestles her arm and just goes, ouch, ow, that hurt.
Oh,
Can't you be more delicate with a lady?
does she actually need me to heal her? Because I can.
No, she's fine. She's just paying it out and hamming it up.
Also, the table's fine now.
There you go. And that's why Olvayans use training. Even without magic, I'll still be as strong.
Yeah, but if you're this strong and you enchant your equipment to be lighter, you'll be even stronger.
Well, I can barely feel my equipment at this point. I'm afraid if it made it any lighter, it would float away.
You're a funny one. She laughs and gives you a hug in a very I don't care about your personal space way.
I'll kind of just awkwardly pat her on the back.
Besides, we aren't nearly rich enough for that even to be an option.
Is this kind of stuff not common on the continent? I guess
It's
it won't
heresy.
be, huh? Yeah,
Only
you always
certain
do love
mages
that word,
can-
don't you?
Only certain mages can even perform it, and they typically only come to the royal line or certain other wealthy and influential houses.
So wait, if you two are Olvians and the rest of your party companions aren't, how exactly are you getting along? I mean, isn't there a clash of cultures or something?
I will
Yes.
accept the necessary evil of their heresies. Their heretical
Man.
natures.
You really like that word, don't you?
Rolls off the tongue.
I must properly obey my god. You just kind of... Her mouth draws into a line at that point.
Actually, that's one thing I've been wondering since I've been here. Why haven't I seen
What's
any
that?
temples?
Temples? You mean like a church or something?
Yeah.
Well, we do have a church in town, but pretty much nobody goes there, so you know.
I
Even though
genuinely
most of
baffled.
us were driven off the continent and we don't exactly have many fond memories of the people there, there are still some people who are religious. And unlike the continent, we're not so uptight about rules. We accept pretty much everybody that's willing to, you know, live peacefully and not make too much fuss. So there are some who are faithful and believe in the gods here. We have a church for them.
What do you mean some who believe in the gods? They're real.
Do you have any proof?
I've been resurrected by one twice.
She still has a cheerful expression on her, but you see that she's trying to appraise you if you're blowing smoke out of your ass or if you're actually serious.
No. It just you fucking
You see that she's a little lost for words. I mean, how the fuck do you reply to that?
me. From my experience, they are real.
I mean, I've heard of mages that can bring people back from the dead. Also, there's necromancy, but
Are you
wow,
implying
you actually
that
died?
I am undead?
But what?
Are you implying that I'm undead?
Well, no, from what I hear, they're pretty bony, if you know what I mean. So, you know, you seem okay to me. And she
Shit.
starts groping you in places to make sure that you are, in fact, not a skeleton.
And
You feel like you're
for-
being vaguely sexually harassed.
Horatius will remember this.
And to her previous question, yes, I have died twice. Once on the field of battle, and once while trying to defend Horatius.
Jeez. That sounds rough. What's it like?
Pursing my lips.
Oh,
High or low? High or
I'm
low?
sorry, I guess I shouldn't have said that, huh?
No, just high or low. Give me a sec.
Always high.
It's a very warm feeling, like being embraced in light.
Roll deception. Nope.
But I'm too tired to lie right now.
You see, she doesn't believe you, but she definitely doesn't want to pry and, you know,
Find out
poke
what
in
it's
the
actually
issue.
like. Because that's terrifying.
Then I'm
If-
just gonna excuse
If you're,
myself for a second.
if you're undead, then you'll know that it will hurt you because undead are healed by necrotic energy.
Yep.
Yep, after that I'm just basically gonna excuse myself for a second. That whole thing about undead really got to me, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm not undead. I'll just test it, and I'm just gonna cure wounds myself.
Meanwhile, as she excused herself, I'll just turn across to Tina and go, you know, you were supposed to be here to cheer everyone up.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Let's just say that you guys are really stressing me and bumming me out. It's hard to be the cheerful one when everything's falling apart around you.
Eris like
Welcome
sways
to
a bit and
Noble
say,
Moon.
"Guess what? You know how I fucking feel." Drops the glass. Ah, fuck.
Welcome to no.
Moment of
Seriously,
truth.
that's one glass of
Wait,
juice. Why is she drunk?
Experta, moment of truth. Am I undead?
Lucretia, as you cast the spell upon your body,
Nicely done.
you feel a strange sensation. Thousands of prickling small needles are eating away at your skin. It's a very cold and uninviting feeling. The same feeling you got when you died twice and resurrected. Your body feels something is wrong. You do not like this sensation. You are not hurt, but you feel exhausted. Your body feels like it's shocked by some kind of nasty sensation as you try to heal yourself. When people get healed, many of the people you've healed, they say that they feel like they've been embraced by a warm, fuzzy sensation and basked in a very very light, warm glow. You felt nothing like that. To you, it was a cold, bitter experience.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you were
just-
just fucking with her.
I'm just kind of sitting there, just like kind of staring at the floor. I'm just like, I'm either a demon or undead. What? I'm just kind of like sitting there. I'm like, no, I'm just don't cry, don't cry.
Hey Amanda, you want me to really finish you off by telling you something out of character?
What?
What if every time you die you lose another little piece of your soul?
I'm pretty sure that is what's happening. This Constitution.
Just so that's in your mind.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I look completely fine. I'm
Wow, what's with you and rolling critical successes? Wow.
I mean, we did it in Star Wars, let's do it now.
Oh,
He's
you
been
should have
rolling
seen
well
me
all day.
earlier. Yeah, you should have seen me earlier. But yeah, I basically come back and I look absolutely fine. I just kind of like tug on Horatius's arm, like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
Sure. You, Tina, make sure she doesn't drown in her juice.
Will do. I'll drink it before she can.
Good job.
Alright, so while it's in the side room, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Horatius. Can you describe the sensation you get when I heal you?
For you, Horatius, you feel a warm, gentle glow envelop your body. You feel warmth and security.
Feels like home.
You just kind of, when you basically just look at her, she's shaking and tears are streaming down her cheeks.
What is it?
You know when she implied that I was some filthy undead earlier?
What does she know? She's a fucking heretic.
I think she might be right. I tried to heal myself earlier, and all I felt was cold and pain. That's what happens when you heal an undead, Horatius. What am I? I just kind of look at him and sobbing.
Since I can only think of a single appropriate response to this, I'm just gonna pull her in tight and just say, my little sister.
I'm still sobbing.
Yeah, I could think of no other response that, you know, isn't being a cunt, which isn't in character.
I mean, be fair, when in doubt, always hook her and call her your sister. That should do it.
I don't understand. I've been so diligent my whole life. Why have the gods forsaken me?
Be okay, Lulu.
But what if it isn't?
Fine.
You don't understand what happens when I die. It's just cold and dark, and that's not what it's supposed to be like. Am
Here
I
now,
going to
nothing's
hell?
going to happen to you.
There's something really wrong with me. The gods told me so. I don't want to go to hell. I've tried so hard. My whole life I've tried so hard. What's...
There's nothing I can say here short of heresy.
Hey, you gotta purge your sister now, you piece of shit.
No, I was more, yeah, I'll go up to the gods and show them who's a fucking undead. Come on. I choose to succeed, Expertia, I'm usurping them.
I'm gonna 1v1 the gods for making my sister cry.
I was stirring up and I even got you some good music, but you had to ruin it with your memes.
Hey, I'm pretty... You see, the thing is, I'm terrible at regular acting, but I'm pretty decent at voice acting.
You got it crying.
If you're gonna cry, now's the moment.
Oh no, I am. No, she's already sobbing.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can say. I just squeeze her tight.
And
Gonna
with
be
that,
okay. It's all gonna be okay. I'm here. And I'm never gonna let anything happen to you.
I'm just gonna nod.
And this is
With
why they make
Horatius-
memes, Amanda.
with
We
Horatius
cry.
trying to calm down Lucretia, who is unsure and doubting her own self-being and her own, safety and future. And with Iris being conflicted about why things are not happening as she hopes they will, and getting drunk off of, well, spiked juice. Alyssia recovering from her ordeal. The mood is very somber, and quite possibly morale is not at an all-time low, considering the current situation of the party and the ship that's still menacingly blocking out the skies. Is there a way out of this predicament? Is this where you guys are going to have your swan song? Are you going to die divided, or are you going to stand together? We're going to have to find out. Windows.
That's an
Today is
improvement.
peaceful,
What?
almost as if there's no plot points today, so that we can actually get down to business.
To defeat
Well, you missed
the
this last
N-word.
time, Alicia, but basically there was a lot of trouble last time, and Tina stepped in to defend you guys.
Well, that was probably when I was, sleeping in someone's mansion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, a new day dawns on you people. You wake up, you're probably having breakfast, what's going on?
It was probably very sleepily eating breakfast.
I'm very depressedly eating breakfast. Do I even need to eat anymore?
Did you see that in character out loud?
Your stomach is growling in protest. It almost sounds like it's trying to tell you, feed me, fucker, what's wrong with you?
I am eating. I'm just
Eat
I'm just gonna
more.
mutter to myself, do I even age anymore?
What?
So, two things. First of all, Alyssia was probably up before anyone else woke to see if there are any messages from anyone.
At this current time, no.
Fair enough. Second question, where the fuck did Iris put the sword?
Good question, where is it?
Well, she's technically with us at the breakfast table.
Oh,
Still,
I thought,
it was still
didn't you
good
put it in a chest somewhere in your room or something?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh
Alright.
no, all the important stuff
How
is on a
inhumane.
talisman box,
It's
which
almost
is on
as
her
if we're
back.
treating him like he's in a person.
Oh.
Leave demon alone. I mean, no, can't call them demons anymore. Swordy girl.
The child sexual predator.
Slashy.
Wait,
You
So-
know
so
her
is the-
name!
So is the box with you at the breakfast table then?
Yeah, it's on my back.
Right. Well, Alyssia sits down at the breakfast table.
The sword though is by her side, probably
Oh.
asking for breakfast too.
We're
Well,
probably
she doesn't
sexually
really care
asking
for
if she
normal
could
breakfast,
suck-
if you know what I
suck
mean.
on
She
you.
kinda wants to feed on something else.
She wants to suck on you.
Yep, she wants to suck you off, Iris.
Well, if that's the arrangement, Iris would be okay with that. It's like only a little bit.
Yeah, but the
Only
tavern
a
owner's
little
probably
bit.
not gonna be very okay with that.
Not at the
They
table,
will tell.
mate. Have some decorum.
They won't tell.
I'm trying to be depressed here.
I'm sorry. Carry on with your depression, it's fine.
Ashura, are you awake?
By the way, she's still in her blade, she hasn't materialized, and when you say that, she says, yep, I'm always awake. I don't sleep.
That must be incredibly boring.
Oh, trust
That
me,
was rather-
I have my ways of having fun when everybody's sleeping.
I would rather say it sounds rather useful.
Yep.
That's disturbing.
Why? It's always useful to have someone watch your back.
I meant more doing things at night I don't know about.
Don't worry about it, Iris, it's fine.
I'm going to.
Yeah,
By
try
the way,
not
she's
worrying
she's
about it.
casually checking for bite marks on it. It's like,
So, what I'm curious about is that Gordon claims you no longer have to feed on someone's soul. Can you explain that?
Complicated.
Can't be that complicated. Or
Complicated.
are you simply feeding on someone else's soul than you're you said?
Currently, I'm not feeding on anybody's soul. I'm just taking Kiris's blood as payment. That's it. I made a
Then
promise
how-
to Gordon, I intend to keep it, as long as he's straight with me.
Then why did you feed on her soul before?
Well...
Apparently she was untrained and is a very young demon.
Ah, Iris, you gullible little child.
Thank you for taking the words right out of my mouth.
Anyway, to answer your question, Alyssia, well, let's just say we didn't exactly know each other that well, and there is this food, and I basically wanted to kill her.
And I trusted you.
Of course you trusted me, I was helping you, wasn't I?
Okay, all of that is fascinating, but what changed?
Like I said, Gordon's gonna pay the price, so I'm cool with that.
Oh, so Gordon's giving up his soul now?
Yeah, when he dies, he told me I can have his body. I'm fine with that. His body is extremely tough. I don't care if he's alive or dead. I'm taking it. I mean, realistically, I would have preferred a living host, but considering how strong he is, I mean, spiritually, even if he's dead, he should still make a fine vessel for me. I mean, I don't want to be an item reliant on people for the rest of my life, you know? It's super boring, so I need my own body to stretch and move around.
So what, when he dies you will take over his body and then you will become corporeal, for lack of a better term?
More or less. But yes, having his body will really help. I can finally explore the world and do whatever the hell I want again, instead of being stuck to somebody's hip all day.
You will cease being a sword?
Oh no. Sadly, in my current state, I'm not strong enough to get my original body back. If that was the case, I wouldn't have to rely on others. No. I'll still remain the sword. However, I will possess his dead body.
So you're not taking his soul, you're just taking the empty shell?
More or less. Sure, let's go with that.
What is he, a house?
It's more
Funny.
it's more likely that she will take his soul and his body. Since the bargain was likely made for the soul, the body is just a bonus.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Does it matter? The deal's already made, he's fine with it, I'm fine with it. You should just reap the benefits. I'm here.
Besides
Feeding blood, everything's fine.
Besides, the caveat was that he needs to be dead. And I assume he also made it part of the bargain that you can't be the one to kill him.
Yeah, well, I think that was a given. I mean, considering the motherfucker straight up punched me out of Iris, I kind of don't want to fight him anyway.
Yeah, you're the one who got punched once.
Hey, in my defense, if I was back in the day in my full strength, he wouldn't stand a chance.
What? Did you look like you do now, back in your days?
Well, I can take whatever shape I want, remember? I no longer have a physical body. So, if I'm not to your liking, maybe I can become older, or younger if that's your preference. You creepy old girl.
I'm not old. But what did you used to look like then?
Well, let's call it different. I mean, if you can imagine it, I had about 200 arms, my body was as big as a mountain, and half of it was one giant mouthful of sharp teeth. Sharp teeth. I was basically a glutton, shall we say.
So nothing's really changed.
Sounds a little bit like a squid, albeit much bigger.
I don't know. Honestly, maintaining my sentience at sentience, is that the word?
Sentience.
Sentience. At that point was pretty difficult. The hunger was all-consuming, so it was less me doing whatever I want, and more of me just mindlessly feeding on power and everything I could get my, well, teeth on.
So, I'm curious. Get something out of feeding on the corpse, feeding on the souls of those you kill?
Oh yes, I gained their strength, apart from, you know, a few other benefits.
I mean in your current form as a sword.
Right now, the best I can manage is possess their bodies and use their strength as my own. However, that does not make it mine, it's different.
I meant more, if your wielder kills someone, do you get something from that kill other than perhaps the blood?
Well, I gain strength as I drink the blood of my enemies, so you know.
So, you gain that strength permanently or just temporarily?
It depends. But if I manage to slay, shall we say, a more powerful demon or something, I'm definitely gonna become much stronger for it.
I was more thinking, you keep killing enough enemies, will you grow stronger over time?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, isn't that a given?
You'll forgive me if I don't have much experiences with swords made out of demons, much less talking ones.
Please, what's that got to do with anything? Don't you guys carry around bracelets that can basically suck up the souls of demons?
Sure.
That's what I would say,
However,
I think.
however, that strength is not something we can directly tap into. It's more currency for us.
Yes, well, I'm pretty sure that guy that you visit from time to time, what was his name? That merchant fucker. Oh well, whatever.
The artificer?
I'm sure that he can figure a way to infuse that with your souls if you don't mind losing some of your humanity.
That being said, what
By
do
the
you
way,
mean?
Iris, just so we're clear, yes, I know all this stuff by hanging around you. So if you betray me like you did Armoros, I'm gonna make you pay. Haha!
Didn't betray. Not consciously. And besides, what do you mean betray you? What am I gonna do? Throw you in the ocean?
I don't know. I mean, some people got scared when I started leeching off of their life force and did that.
Well... Kinda
Don't
got
get
punched.
any ideas. I don't trust, and they will eventually find me, and I'll be extra pissed when they do.
Well...
Can you blame them? Unless they knew exactly what they were getting into with the contract, of course they will be a little bit...
Well, of course I can't blame them. I mean, every master that has ever wielded me, I have either, well, killed or taken over their bodies, so you know.
And you told them this before striking the contract?
Of course not. Why would I do that?
Yes,
And so, can you blame them?
Like I said, I don't really blame them. Doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive them, though.
She uses nefarious traps in order to trap us.
My point being that holding a grudge against someone
You're the
you...
only one that would fall for such a dumb trick, I assure you.
Lies.
That we can agree. Well, I'm not sure if I would say only one, but...
Okay, to be fair, there were a few that actually fell for that. But it wasn't cat girls, they were more into, well, other things. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Wait. The demon sword is embarrassed? This is a...
Please. It's more disgusting, not embarrassment.
Alicia's face says that she does not understand.
The sword laughs at you.
Ah. Well then. Alicia looks around. Is everyone there, or is someone missing?
I've been pointedly staying out of this conversation.
That's the thing.
By the way, just so we're clear, the sword was talking out loud, so everybody heard what she was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I expect that.
I'm
Actually,
not paying attention. I'm just kind of eating.
Fucking heretics talking to a fucking sword.
She's in her own word, and I'm deliberately trying to have as little to do with this fucking heresy as possible.
Speaking of breakfast, can I get a bit of that depressed girl over there? She looks scrumptious.
I wouldn't. She'll probably bend you.
Please. If I broke that easy, I would have broken a long time ago.
Ashura, what did we say about killing your teammates?
I'm not gonna kill her, I just want, you know, a little bit.
If Iris is not feeding you properly, perhaps we can find you some other prey.
I mean, it's
feed
not that I mind, it's just that the more the better, you know?
I feed her plenty. Getting anemic.
Really? When did you kill someone last?
I meant my own blood.
Somehow I don't
Yeah.
think that will satiate her.
The sword is nodding in its sword form.
I just can picture the fucking hilt of the sword nodding. It's like, what?
Dude, are you seeing this?
Come on, T-Rex!
Buildings, collateral damage.
Fuck collateral damage, I'm an giant ass robot!